Greetings YouTube, welcome back to Zero AD Newbie Rush. I am of course Jim Cogan and you join us for another 4v4. It's a Sunday game. It seems that I am so short of time that the timescales I'm working to for preparing these Sunday games is getting shorter. I'm recording this on the Saturday before the Sunday game goes live, where normally I'd be doing them earlier in the week. You will notice we've started paused, which means there is going to be a small pre-ramble. Apologies for that, but just to let you know very quickly, still no advance on the midweek games. I did sneak out a very quick midweek video. It was about 15 minutes long about slinger rushes with the Britons in Alpha 23. Hope you enjoyed that one, but midweek duels probably going to be a few more weeks till I can catch up on them. So apologies to all the players who I've probably got back to in the past to say, yes, I'm about to feature it in a midweek duel or something like that, and I haven't done so. So sorry. Players spring to mind, I think Anjan, and if I pronounce it right, Yekaterina, hopefully I got that right, promised to air games by both those players and I haven't yet. All being well, I'm going to try and work as many sort of midweek games out as soon as I get time to do them. Still struggling with lockdown and childcare and working from home and all that. Try and get those out as quickly as possible. Maybe overtaken by events though, because it appears there's much more rumblings about Alpha 24 happening. Pretty much as soon as Alpha 24 goes official, I think I've got to basically switch over to it. So any outstanding Alpha 23 replays might have to draw a line under them possibly. I've got a bit of a backlog of them. I will try and get as many of those released as regular content before Alpha 24 hits. No firm date as to when that's going to happen. I think changes to the project have been frozen, so that's usually a precursor for release. I would hope to see it maybe before the end of January, possibly early February. Who knows? The powers that be at Zero AD have not announced it, but I will be doing, hopefully, a very short expectation video before it gets released of what I would like to see in it, what we hope it will fix that is apparently lacking in the current alpha. So look out for that. That may well be a very short piece of midweek content just to keep the numbers up and to keep my eye in when I get a chance. Anyway, that's I think that's all the pre-ramble. Let's get to today's game. Before we start, I don't actually know who submitted this. It came in an email and the only signature on the bottom was XOC. So if that's you, thank you very much, XOC. No player, as you'll note, listed in the game called XOC. So I don't know if that is one of these 8 competitors. If it is, thank you. If it isn't, thanks for submitting it anyway. It's great. XOC. I should have emailed you back and actually asked who you were, but never mind. I've been busy. Let's get straight into the game then. So it is a 4v4, very regular, normal mainland map. Looks temperate. Some great players involved. Good roster of players. Let's start the action, go through them, and I've rambled enough. Here we go. So, as I said, 4v4, normal mainland map, temperate biome. We start as usual with Team 1 in the north, in the orange. I can't remember if I featured this player before. This is Streebog, rated 1310, playing as the Iberians. Decent rating. This is like a getting into middle territory. Yeah. Streebog, I think I've seen them play in the lobby, but I haven't actually covered one of their games unless I'm very much mistaken. Streebog playing as the Iberians in the orange, Team 1. Moving along, we have Berhuda, and to clarify again, there is only one Berhuda. He did funny things with different accounts, but this is the official Berhuda. No rating as it is, but I believe a rating, I would say 15 to 1600, I think. Currently doctored rating of X9. Berhuda in the yellow, playing as the Persians. I would assume this is a random draw then, unless Berhuda has opted for the Persians and is looking to do Cav. We'll keep an eye on Berhuda. Moving along, In the green, Christigar, seen them a few times, one of the top players in the game, rated 2055, playing as the Ptolemies. Looking forward to seeing Christigar play again. It's always aggressive, always good fun when Christigar plays. Moving along to the final competitor in Team 1 in the blue, Sentado. I hope I pronounced that right. Sentado. Rated 1390, playing as the Morians. Don't think I've covered Sentado either, so I'd be interested to see how they do. Again, like Streebog, similar sort of rating in the high 1300s here, so not a mug in this game by any stretch of the imagination. Let's have a look at Team 2. I'm keeping an eye to see if anybody's likely to rush anyone. No sign of any excessive numbers of cav at the moment. Let's have a look at Team 2. I think this might be a deliberately balanced team. I think they'll be the equivalent of all the civs used in Team 2 as they were in Team 1, because in the first berth on the flank here, facing off against Streebog, is Wallalu, who I believe I featured a long time ago in a team game. Very good player, rating of 1570 in the red, playing as the Persians, like Behuda on the opposite flank there, on the opposite side rather. Moving along, in the light blue or cyan, playing as the Iberians, it's Obi, rating 1523. Seen Obi a few times. I think the last time I covered them, they had a bit of a poor game, were on the losing side. So chance for Obi to redeem themselves. Moving along, here we have Annabelle Fox. Don't think I've ever seen Annabelle Fox play. I'm going to assume Annabelle Fox is a female player. It's probably some pop culture character that I've never heard of, but Annabelle Fox, no rating, doctored rating, Admiral. If you're doctoring your ratings, I usually assume that that's somebody who knows what they're doing in 0 AD. So Annabelle Fox, possibly she, I hope so. Otherwise, I'm going to be referring to her as she for the rest of the game. So I'll just get away with calling them they, pronouns and all that. Annabelle Fox playing as the Morians, and no rating, as we said, Admiral. Don't know much about Annabelle Fox, but assuming that she may be good. And facing off on the other flank against Sentado is Jorsa, who I've featured a few times. Fairly low rating, Jorsa, 1276, I believe, other than the people with no rating, the lowest in the game. But Jorsa is a decent team player. Seen them play very aggressively in quite a few 4v4s. Decent player. I suspect probably spends a lot of time playing 1v1s against very capable players, and perhaps coming off second best in those games, but very good team player, playing as the Ptolemies in the purple. Now, looking for early developments, a couple of teams have gone in for Cav. Behuda, predictably, Persians, very strong Cav civilization. It's got 4 cavalry. Moving down the line, Citado has got 7, so I think there may be rushes happening here. As you would expect, Morians, very useful, can use the worker elephant, can collect further away from your base without needing storehouses or to walk long distances. Who else has gone in for Cav? It looks like Annabelle Fox has got 2 cavalry units. Just doing hunting because hunt is right next to the base. Not utilising the elephant. Where is the worker elephant? Worker elephant's over here being used as a farm in this instance, so you can use them for both. They are the ultimate mobile drop site. Do like the mobile elephants of the Morians. One of the big sort of early advantages you can get with that civ. Population-wise, Christigar, highest rated player in this particular game, has launched ahead, population of 58. No infantry made, though. It is a boom population, as you would expect, with the Ptolemies. We can contrast, because we have, what have we got? A Morians, Ptolemies, Persians, and Iberians player on each side. We can contrast to see who is doing what with their civ and who's making the best of it. So Christigar obviously making a phenomenal start with, he's actually been replaced by Annabelle Fox. So the Morians at the bottom. Ptolemies over here Jorsa only just behind, actually. Everybody is going along at a hell of a pace there. There is not 10 separating the leader from whoever would be considered in 8th place population-wise. Annabelle Fox still leading at the moment. Few players in the 60s, Obi and Kristigar and Behuda. The rest are all in the 50s, so they're going for all boom populations. The one exception is possibly Behuda, and I think Behuda is focusing on hunt, not looking at rushing. If Behuda is going to rush, who is he going to rush? You would assume it's not going to be the Iberians, possibly. So I would expect to see Behuda maybe make a move here on Wollolo, try and hassle them. Nobody else has gone in for Cav. Tell a lie, Kristigar has gone in for Cav. 12 of them. So it's camel archers. So certainly a different approach. From here we have confrontation. So what happened here? I think Jorsa put all his female citizens in a very vulnerable position there, right on the edge to try and get these berries in the neutral territory. And Kristigar has, no, is it Kristigar? No, Sendato with his Cav. Probably just hunting here, notice that, and has chalked up. Well, he's only chalked up the 1 kill. Jorsa's got 3, so he had infantry nearby, so they weren't completely unprepared. So you'd have to say Jorsa's come off probably the better from that little confrontation. There's nothing between them population-wise. 68 for Sentado, plays 67 for Jorsa. Jorsa has got double the infantry, though, so don't mess with Jorsa at the moment. Let's see who's moved into lead. Obi has moved into the lead now. So Iberians. It's his counterpart over here. Obi and Streebog. So Obi is leaving Streebog in his wake. This is really handy. I can compare and contrast. I'm also going to bring up the production shortcut, see who's producing what, who's churning out infantry at the moment. Kristigar is churning out all infantry quite rapidly. Got the... oh no, it's more cavalry actually. He's got no infantry. We are seeing developments. This is Kristigar's cavalry, and they are definitely raiding. Who are they going to be raiding? It's a teammate, so Sadado knows there's something going down. They are hiding them, concealing themselves in the trees. It's clever because they're green. See what they've done there. There's a few more coming down. It looks like Sentado is going to get involved as well. They appear to... are they going to go for Annabelle Fox or are they going to go for Jorsa? They're coming in on Annabelle Fox. Not many targets here. They're going to get rid of the loose cavalrymen pretty quick. It's all infantry here. Now, there are some women in there. 12 female citizens in the middle. And Kristigar only got 2 kills. None for Annabelle Fox, so aren't seeing any camels falling yet. 4 kills for Kristigar. I'm keeping an eye out to see if there's anything else going on anywhere else. Sentado has decided this isn't the fight for him. He's going to continue with his hunting exploits. Kristigar has moved on. Who's he going to hassle next? So... oh, this is interesting. I think there may have just been... was this an intended raid?
Yes.
Wollolo has sneaked out 11 cavalry. They are hunting. Is Kristigar going to hassle them? He could ambush this cavalry here.
Yes.
He's found them. He's killed one. And we're going to have a bit of a cavalry confrontation. I fancy the archers, to be honest. I think they're going to take out all these horses from distance. They don't seem to know where the fire is coming from. They're falling, they're dropping. Kristigar up to 6-7 kills now. So this is very good use of the archers. And more coming in, so he's reinforcing. Interestingly, over here, Behuda seems to have had a bit of a confrontation with Sateda. Who is Kristigar going after next? So he's found an isolated field. That's going to be a slaughter if the arrows start firing. They aren't running for the houses. They are now. I don't think he got any kills. Has he got any? Yeah, I think he got one there. So has taken this field out of action. What has he got to attack? Cleverly, Woolaloo has used his safer side here for where all his women are. He's not got that many infantry. He's now... Is he having a pop out here? Is he having a pop at the walls? That could take a while. I don't think that... Gate's unlocked. They aren't going to try and sneak in. No, they're coming around the back. Right, so they could shoot through the walls, and it's all... Well, there's a lot of infantry in there doing mining. Gonna get a few cheap kills here. Are they gonna garrison the walls? No sign. Surprising. They don't seem to be able to get out. He's locked the gate, and now they can't get out, and now they're being shot. So this is not good play from Obi, who is... having to hide within the walls of his own complex there. That is not very good at all. Are we seeing any other confrontation? No, I think that's it so far. We can stay focused on this for the time being. And this is going to be hurting Obi's economy. While we've been looking at this, there have been some phasing ups. So Citado has phased up. Stribog has phased up on Team 2. Obi, who is being attacked now, and it's thankfully had some relief from that, has phased up, and Jorsa. So it's 2 each on each team. Interesting. Christagar still coming back in. Bahuda has now gone to the top of the population pile with a population of 150. Biggest infantry as well with 74, although Citado's not far behind, neither is Jorsa. And now Christagar is going in on Stribog, and 24 kills already for Christagar. So you'd have to say he's pretty much hassled everybody on this map at some point. This is pretty stellar stuff. Not for many losses either. 47 cavalry. Just must be absolutely just pumping out the cavalry. 6 more of them on the way. Phenomenal, to be honest. Still hasn't phased up. Everybody apart from Woolaloo, who's currently being hassled by Christagar right now, has phased up on Team 2. Christagar is the only person who hasn't phased up on Team 1. Stribog drops to the bottom of the population list. He's certainly taken some punishment here, and it still continues. This is a large concentration of cavalry archers, and they are putting down some serious fire. 39 kills for Christagar. Woolaloo has only managed to kill 6. Population round about 95. Still only just behind Stribog, who's above there. I don't think Stribog is being hassled by anybody. He's just been a bit slow. But we're only 11 minutes 40 in, so interested. We're looking at this. We're not able to see who's likely to hit phase 3 first. So I'm trying to keep an eye. We have got an indicator, but it's very hard to see on the monitor mod. There's a little bar that fills up. Doesn't look like anybody is close to phase 3. Everybody now, apart from Woolaloo, who has literally just taken a little bit of a pasting at the hands of Christagar, is in phase 2. Let's quickly run around to see who's close to phase 3. So over here, Stribog, nowhere near, needs 3 entities of buildings and some stone. I think Christagar is still on the move, keeping an eye on this big green mass in the middle of the map. Bahuda can't be far. He still needs 4 entities to town class. That's interesting. I wonder what he's been doing since he phased up. Presumably building more infrastructure. No sign of an expansion from anybody there. But Bahuda not any closer now. Needs 4 entities of town class building. We'll probably put those down very quick. See, Obi is already raiding the market, so that could be an indicator as to who's going to want to phase up first. Christagar's cav have made it back. Christagar himself, who's only just gone to phase 2. No, it's still in. Yeah, still only just gone to phase 2. Needs all 4 buildings and needs metal and stone. And Citado, who did phase up pretty quick, we are seeing some phase 2 buildings now. Just needs 1 more and a bit of metal and stone to phase up. Jorsa, who also phased up early, is on his way to phase 3. And it looks like Woolaloo is finally going to phase 2. But it's going to be Jorsa who hits phase 3 well in advance of everybody. Jorsa, population of 166, a little way off the lead, which is Behuda with 185. Behuda obviously focusing on population ahead of phasing up. But Jorsa's also got the biggest infantry, so phasing up with something of an advantage. Military colony has gone down. I would start to expect to see aggressive moves here. That is the fortress. He's phased up, he's got the fortress. And I think Obi is going to be the next player to phase up. He is indeed in phase, heading up to phase 3. Kristigar is coming out. Is he going to try and halt this little expansion here by Jorsa? Is he going to put a spanner in the works, or is he looking to attack more in the middle? Interesting. Satado still not anywhere near. He hasn't started phasing up yet. He's in a position to. He's choosing not to, or hasn't noticed. And now he's obviously made some stuff and needs another 20 odd stone. So anybody else phasing up? Nobody that I could see. Where is Kristigar going? Kristigar is going in on this cavalry of Annabelle Fox and appears to be making light work of them. That is not good. Annabelle Fox had a quiet game, has got a decent population and a decent infantry, so 176 and 100 infantry. So not to be messed with, but seemingly caught cold there and lost a few. 60 kills for Kristigar. That is ridiculous. How are things shaping up on the flanks here? It's getting testy over here. They're getting closer together. Either of these guys close to phasing up? Streebog is in a position to phase up, has chosen not to yet, and Woolaloo still nowhere near. 3 entities needed, and to make matters worse, in comes Kristigar with how many cavalry? With a ridiculous quantity of cavalry. He's got a total of 74. This isn't all of them, but it's still rather a lot of them. Now Behuda decides to pile on the misery as well. Who's he going to go in on? I think they've decided to all hassle Woolaloo. Try and cripple Woolaloo. Woolaloo still bringing up the rear in terms of population and has now got 2 civs attacking. And neither of them are actually the person he's facing on the flank. Already miles behind in terms of development. A few players have gone up to phase 3 now. Obi, Annabelle Fox, Jorsa we knew about. On team 1, Satado is the only person who has so far. But Behuda is phasing up as we speak. But this is pretty disastrous. We're seeing a fortress, or an attempt to build a fortress here by Obi. He's trying to build it to try and support. It's built right into Woolaloo's territory. Woolaloo is in trouble. Population down to 116 and falling. 85 kills for Kristigar. Behuda's only got 3. Woolaloo has killed 18. Annabelle Fox has killed 24. So no doubt who the top killer is at the moment. And Satado is... What's going on here? Annabelle Fox and Satado are kicking off in the middle. Annabelle Fox has sent a forward contingent and they are running into... They appear to have numbers at the moment, but there's a bit of a pitch battle going on there. Still massive cavalry attack here by Behuda and by Kristigar. And they say Kristigar's got 110 kills. Woolaloo's still got a population over 100, it's 112 and going up, still producing. Let's have a look at this battle here. And this is interesting, 2-pronged attack. So Jorsa's coming in from the south, Annabelle Fox coming in from this flank here. And I think they're going to kill the worker elephant. Now they're ignoring it, that's a shame, missed an advantage there. And I'm hearing catapults, so yeah, Jorsa, that early phase up has led to having siege. We've got elephants and catapults, and it's not looking good. Not looking good at all for Satado. Kristigar may come back and support. He's got the numbers to do that. So finally, for the first time in what seems like ages, they've left Woolaloo alone. Kristigar is going to come in and have a say in this. So we have a 4-faction fight. Try saying that after a few pints of beer. how is it looking? Citado still big population, 175. Annabelle Fox is near pop max and is really committed to this. Jursa pushing in is at pop max, and the siege are laying into the defences in the south of Citado's base. I think it's panic stations. Where is Kristigar's troops? Are they engaging? Yeah, they're engaging up here. They're not coming off quite so well in that fight with Annabelle Fox now. Annabelle Fox is sort of socking it to them a bit. Has taken some losses. Kristigar has got 133 kills. Annabelle Fox has... Is that right? Is that killed... That is that's 64 units killed. I thought it was just had a ridiculous kill death ratio for there. Still Kristigar killing at a rate of 2.8 to 1. And it is chaos. There's going to be a lot of lag here, as you can tell. One of the things we desperately hope Alpha 24 may improve, but it's not too bad. Not the worst I've ever seen. They look like they're turned into a fighting conga line. But in amongst that, I can tell you, we have forces from Annabelle Fox, from Citado, from Kristigar, and from Jursa all duking it out. Has Annabelle Fox pulled back? No, Annabelle Fox is here, trying to capture infrastructure buildings. I think the main brunt of their force has been wiped out, and whatever's left is now trying to capture these barracks quite successfully. They are garrisoning though. They got So that's not looking good for Citado. His infrastructure has been somewhat decimated. Still got quite a decent population. But if we look over the other side, Bahuda and Streebog have decided to go in on Woolaloo. Woolaloo has not had a chance to get out of phase 2. I don't think he's anywhere near, to be perfectly honest. He's going to phase 3 now, but is facing Rams, infantry, cavalry, and all sorts coming in. Is he going to get any support from Obi? Obi has pretty much stayed out of all conflict. 18 kills for Obi, but not getting involved in the sharp end. They could do with Obi going forward and supporting this, or they are going to lose Woolaloo very early on in this game. Over here, Kristigar, happy to absorb most of the punishment, it looks like, has got just shy of 160 kills. Annabelle Fox has got 74. Between Annabelle Fox and Jursa, Jursa's got 97 and climbing. Citado has got 61 in defense, but is also struggling for population, down to 144, so it is making a dent. 3 catapults and war elephants sort of bearing down. I don't think Kristigar is going to be able to save him. Kristigar still has got 50, yeah, exactly 50, now 49 camel archers there. But it is an absolute war zone, and as predicted, Obi is now sending some troops in. It's only a small concentration. CC is still standing for Woolaloo, but not much else is. There's Rams coming in, infantry, still cavalry, and that is nowhere near enough from Obi to protect all this. Has he got anything coming out of his... Yeah, he's got the odd Ram and 20 infantry inside the fortress, but it's looking pretty desperate for Woolaloo. Population under 100 now, 98. Let's have a look at the big siege. Kristigar has pulled back, and I think he's had to say, I'm afraid, Citado, you're going to have to fight to fend for yourself. Annabelle Fox still advancing. He's now actually going in on Kristigar's base. So Annabelle Fox has been pretty lethal in this game. Population of, I think that's the CC that's just gone for Citado, as I was saying. Annabelle Fox is now taking it all the way back to Kristigar. I don't think I've ever seen a player do that to Kristigar. Don't ultimately think... In fact, there's been a surprise attack that we missed completely. Annabelle Fox sent in sneaky elephants and has taken down Kristigar's CC. That has to go as the stealth move of the game. While Kristigar was supported Citado, ultimately a lost cause. Does not appear to have realised that his base was under imminent attack. If Team 2 win this, that would be amazing. But down this end, Behuda has had a major success. He's captured the CC of Woolaloo. Woolaloo down to population 45. Woolaloo is in all manner of trouble of various colours, shapes and sizes. As is Tado, who still has a population of 87, trying to rebuild further back, but all of this is just going to come up here. This siege on Kristigar's base, Kristigar down to population of 103. For all that killing, Kristigar's being taken apart here, and there are still elephants marauding through. They're going to come in on Behuda. And is Behuda ready for this? Behuda has now got a second CC for the time being, at least. It's just about still standing. It looks like Obi's trying to take it down, so it's of no use to Behuda. Not much left of Woolaloo's civilization at all. Has Behuda stretched himself too far? Looks like Annabelle Fox has not made it to Behuda's infrastructure buildings. Kristigar has sort of rallied. He's got his huge cavalry force here, and they are going to mop this up, but Kristigar has no infantry left. Annabelle Fox is still attacking, is coming in with small amounts of infantry over here. There's 26 of them, so they're coming in, and they've got an elephant still mopping up all of this. Behuda is retreating, coming back to Kristigar's aid, I think. Streebog has been left here to try and mop up the rest of Woolaloo, but is now currently fighting with Obi, who should be close to full population. There should be one of the strongest armies. So interesting. Jursa is still getting rid of the last bits of defensive structure of Citado. I'm surprised he doesn't just push forward and take them out again. The population is down to 78. You could ignore the structure buildings and you could go and, decapitate the head, basically, sort it out. Behuda has come to Kristigar's support here, and as it is, Annabelle Fox has retreated and is trying to capture more of Citado's buildings. What are we left with then? So each team has a relatively crippled player. Woolaloo on team 2, most definitely not a fighting force anymore. Citado has been greatly reduced in numbers, but still got a base, so it is still a factor. Kristigar is going for a charge. Is this a revenge attack on who is this on? I've forgotten her name. I know it's a her. There we go, Annabelle Fox. I'm not sure. Is this going to be decisive? Has Annabelle Fox overextended themselves? They've got a small army up there. Their population's 152. And they still have influence, but are they vulnerable at a sort of a base level? I'm not sure. Woolaloo and Obi seem to have fought Streebog off. Streebog is having to retreat. Perhaps not maximise that situation without the support of... it's only got a small amount of support here. It's a few archers from Behuda. Behuda having to focus on the situation back here. Kristigar is going in on Annabelle Fox and is getting kills. Kristigar, despite losing that CC, which will be one in the eye, is laying into everything with these archers. Jursa, still taking his time, is now still not moving up on the business end. I can't help feeling Jursa should have had this flank tied up completely. Annabelle Fox still fighting here, but Behuda's coming to take them on. I think Behuda will see to this small amount of infantry. Possibly get some support from Citado at that point. Kristigar is taking the fight to Annabelle Fox. We are 23 minutes in. Streebog is sending food to Citado. This is to hopefully kind of ensure his survival. Woolaloo still down with a population of 29. It is belated, trying to build a new CC. Streebog sending stuff to Kristigar. It's more food there. Streebog has not really imposed himself on this game. He was instrumental in the attack, but has sat back and didn't have enough nous to basically take on Obi. What is Obi doing? Obi should be one of the relatively untouched teams. He is near population max. How is this gonna go? We're seeing Kristigar now coming in on Obi. with all of that that cavalry might that he still has. Behuda is being catapulted from close range. It's a bit of a two-way fight there. Annabelle Fox has apparently been eradicated. I can see the silhouette of all the bodies there. Annabelle Fox down to a population of 138. Christagar is now going back in on them again. So Team 2, I don't fancy their position, even though Citado has been taken down. Jursa has not really been able to capitalise, and Behuda has reinforced him up here and has now sorted out that attack. Jursa has lost most of his population. What happened there? We didn't see that. Jursa's resigned. I think losing his advanced army, that was enough for him. And I think that we could see Team 2 resign en masse now, despite their incredible efforts. So, yeah, Woolaloo's resigned, as has Obi. So poor Annabelle Fox got left to fend for themselves. I think that's a little bit disappointing, but never mind. But Behuda came to the rescue, saved Citado. How long? And that's the end of Annabelle Fox there. Okay. I can see what happened there. I think Jursa did not capitalise on being able to take down Citado. Took too long going through the infrastructure buildings. And when reinforcements arrived, they were obviously far stronger. And as soon as Jursa took all those losses, he threw the towel straight in. Woolaloo had nothing left to fight for because he was almost eradicated, so he threw it in. And Obi just didn't seem to be a factor in that game. He did help fight Strebog off as soon as Behuda went elsewhere after their attack, but was not a decisive factor. So I'm going to be quite contentious. We'll look at the stats, but I've got some contentious awards to hand out here for this game. First of all, let's have a look at the scores. Clearly Team 1 won that. I think that was without a doubt. 32,125 plays 28,792. Behuda top scores, I think, for his exploits. He was never under any pressure himself, and just seemed to be the mobile army. As to Christagar, but Christagar did take some losses. Totally clearly, Annabelle Fox, far and away the most effective player on Team 2 there. So, yeah, I feel a bit sorry for Annabelle Fox. I thought that move on Christagar's base was absolutely brilliant. It was so subtle. We all missed it, I think. Let's have a look at the kill-death ratio. There's only going to be one winner here, isn't it? Christagar. No, tell a lie. I thought it was going to be Christagar. Christagar took losses at the end. He was killing at 2.8, but it dropped to 1.65. Behuda, as a result of those histrionics all over the map at the end, got a kill-death ratio of 2.34. Only person registering a positive kill-death ratio is Annabelle Fox, who was pretty lethal, just not particularly well sported in those attacks. So fascinating. Let's have a look at the techs. So Strebog did get Will to fight, as did Annabelle Fox. That does explain a lot. Christagar got practically no upgrades, was relying on making numbers, which he did, and killing lots of people, which he did. 165 kills. Annabelle Fox got close. No, that was how many they lost. 273 kills, just topped by Behuda. But Annabelle Fox got 221. What a lethal team those three would be if you had to face off against them in a match. Right, let's give some awards out for this. Okay, so Team 1 definitely deserved to win. I think you've really got to give player of the match to somebody on Team 1. I think it's probably a split between Behuda and Christagar. Christagar for his early efforts, raising all that cav and how dangerous they were, and Behuda for being super strong at the end with that Persian cavalry, who are extremely strong once you've got enough of them. So 171 cav raised and 193 cav raised. Nobody could match that in the entire game. I think it's clear that Team 1 knew how to play their respective civs better than Team 2, with the exception of Annabelle Fox, who I am very, very impressed with. And play of the game, has got to be that sneaky move on Kristigar's base. So congratulations to Team 1. A clear victory, a good victory and good mastery of the respective civs. But special credit to Annabelle Fox for taking out Kristigar's base, making him not look human at least, shall we say. So yeah, good game all round. Congratulations to Team 1. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do leave a comment, drop a like, subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon to be notified of future episodes. If you'd like one of your matches featured on the show, see the video description of how you can submit your replays. And if you can't wait for the next episode, then why not check out these playlists in the end titles for more replays, commentary and tutorials on 0 AD Newbie Rush. I'll see you in the next video.